Alright y'all, welcome back. It's Albert LaBelle. And we got something kind of special this time around. This Abloy, I think they're commonly known as a handbag lock because they kind of look like a handbag, if you will. Now, if you remember, I have picked a couple locks similar to this. I have one that's designed as a practice lock that Sauce put together that can be disassembled. And then I have another one that's a cutaway. This one here was sent in to me by Julian W. And apparently it also went to John's Lockpicking. I believe they're both across the pond from us. They're having trouble picking this lock. And I'm going to get to why they're having trouble picking this lock, because I had the same trouble. And then I figured out what was going on and was able to solve the puzzle, if you will. So this is the lock. Obviously, this is not a practice lock. This is a full-blown lock that cannot be disassembled or altered. There is the key that came with it. Right here. That is the key for this lock. And if we insert it and rotate it, you'll see that it works just fine. But the problem they're having picking this lock, and that I had, is within the lock itself. Now, I'm not sure what's wrong with this thing, but I do know how they're built. You've got your stack of discs up front right here, and they're pushed forward by a spring that's in the back of the lock back here. So all the discs are compressed forward. Now there's something either stuck in here, something wore out a little bit. I'm not sure what it is, but I'll try to show you through the camera best I can, but it's almost like they're just really grindy. It's very hard to turn it. Let's see if I can show you. Not really. I'm not sure if you'll be able to hear that. I mean, it's just really, really rough. Real rough. But, like I said, since I know how they're built, and I just told you, they're spring loaded from the back. So if you just push back on it while you rotate it, it's smooth as butter, because you're depressing that spring in the back and you're letting some of that tension off of the disc stack. So like I said, if you just push in on it while you rotate, it's butter. So that's how you gotta pick it. And I'll be letting them know if they don't see this video. I'll let them know, and I'll probably send it back to him. But yeah, so what we have to do to pick this lock is the same thing. What we gotta do is I'm going to rotate all the discs clockwise with my blank Abloy key, push it forward, and rotate them all clockwise. So to pick it, I've got to put rotational tension on that last disc and linear tension, if you will. Forward, press forward on it while I'm keeping tension on it. So two things at the same time while picking the discs. But it's absolutely doable, and I'll show you. Let's mount it in the vise here, and I'll bring the camera around so we can get a decent shot. That should work right there. Let me bring the camera around. Excuse me while I mess with you a little bit here. Let's crank her down here, and let's see. Let's just roll with that right there. That ought to do her. Okay, so like I said, I've got the disc already rotated clockwise. I'm going to take my silver bullet with my Abloy tips in it all the way to the back of the lock. Okay, so again, I'm going to be pushing forward and rotating at the same time. So forward tension and rotational tension. And then I'm going to start working the discs, because I want to get that nastiness off of the discs. That one's tight. That felt better. That's tight. Felt okay. Felt okay. That one feels okay. And you probably have to go through the disc stack more than once. I usually have to, because you want to get them into a gate first, and then you go back through and make sure they're in the correct gate, because these locks do have false gates, chocked full of them. Alright, so I went through the stack. Now I'm going to go through it again. That feels better. That feels good. That's tight. That feels good. That feels good. Good. Okay, that feels good. That feels good. I'm coming back out again. That's tight. That feels good. It's tight. Feels good. Good. Tight. Feels good. Tight. There it is. Bada boom, bada bing, baby. Let me bring the camera back around. So that is how that's done. So many hours of practice. I've been picking disc detainer locks for quite some time. So you know, the Abloy is just a different profile. It's still a disc detainer lock, folks. But there it is. That's how it's done. Julian, if you'd like, I'll send this back to you. Now you'll know how to pick it just by pushing forward on it while you give it rotational tension. And bada boom, bada bing. And also John's lock picking. Hopefully you'll see this video. So that's it. That is how you pick the Abloy. I think it's called a handbag lock. So that's it. Thank you all so much for watching. If you're not subscribed yet, please do so. It helps me out a whole bunch. Alright? And remember, all the cool people are doing it. So if you want to be cool, you got to subscribe or you're left out. Thank you.